Braden. Braden, how mentally is this team, focused right now after a tough loss and the way kind of it happened on Friday night? What would you say the mental state of this team is?
I'd say we're good. It's definitely frustrating and tough after a loss like that. Especially in a game where, we were in it the whole time, winning it the whole time. We, felt like we should have got a victory, but in this league, that's what happens in this game. That's part of it. So, you got to charge to the game. And, correct the mistakes and just keep going. We still got a lot of season left, so that's what we're focused on.
Braden, do you look, I don't know how much you look at the schedule, but the second half of this schedule really tough with 5 ranked teams and a good SCS team. Do you ever look at that and say, hey, we've got to win these next 3 games before we hit that really, really tough part?
I think for us, we attack every week as a must-win week. Our goal is to try to go 1-0 each week, regardless of who we're playing. And I think what we've been able to see from these first 3 games is, a lot of our issues has been on us. We've been beating ourselves. So I think our biggest thing going forward is, to cut down the self-inflicted wounds, and because the schemes are there, the players are there, the talent's there in the field. We just gotta make the plays and cut out the self-inflicted wounds, and we're gonna keep enforcing that throughout the season. And we're able to do that. We'll have a very successful season.
Greg, what's it like in the huddle when that play's called where you're going to get to throw the ball and get back to your quarterback days, and kind of take us through that play, and how do you grade that toss in that series?
It's fun. Like I said, quarterback's one of those positions. Probably one of the most exhilarating positions in all sports. The ball's in your hand, you're in complete control. So it's definitely fun and exciting. When we get that call, and I tell Coach all the time each week I'm ready for it whenever you want to call it. So. I just stay on standby for next time he does.
I'm sure you guys thought you'd be 3-0, 2-1 at this point. Do the players take ownership and meet and talk about what needs to happen going forward, or is it on the coaches, or how do you guys handle moving forward?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think this has been a player-led team. Which is how what we wanted to be. The players definitely take ownership and have our own little meetings and talk about what we need to do better, the little things we need to clean up, and then, the coaches do their part too. We have unit meetings and all these meetings, and we watch film and correct things, and like I said, I think we're all on the same page, and it's just self-inflicted wounds that, little things that we need to do right, and like I said, we're going to keep harping on that and forcing that the rest of the season, and, we should be good.
How would you evaluate your play and the passing attack overall in these first 3 games? What needs to happen to improve it?
Like I said, I just think, we just need to make the plays, and it's an everybody thing, like I said, the schemes are there. We've got talent out there to make the plays. We just got to do it as players, everybody on the field, we just got to keep going, make plays, keep working, and like I said, the schemes and the talent is there. We just got to make the plays, which, I'm excited that we're going to do these next 9 games.
Are you satisfied with your play?
I can always get better. I never want to sit here and say I'm satisfied, but, I can always get better. I had a drop last night, Friday night as well, that it could have been a turning point in the game. So, like I say, I think it's more so everybody's self-reflecting on what can you do better as a person. And, I think if we all level on offense and level on defense to do that, we'll be much more successful.
When you lose a teammate like D, what's that do to the room? What's the reaction of his teammates, and how do you guys motivate yourself moving forward to fill up his space?
Right. It sucks, man. D's my roommate, a great guy. He's came in, he's worked his tail off, and put himself in the position to be successful this year. And unfortunately, that's part of this game. You have injuries like that, and I was just talking to him, and I was in the same position he was in last year. Just with the injury, but he's in great spirits, and we know in the receiver room, regardless of what happens within our room, we're still gonna play this week, still gonna play next week. Life goes on, so we gotta adjust, and we'll be able to do that. We got guys in the room that can flexible and can move around, so coaches will make that adjustment, and I think we'll be just fine moving forward.
Can you talk about returning punts? I don't think people think about how hard it is sometimes to field a punt.
Right. Yeah, it's just one of those things where I think, it's more about comfortability. You're comfortable back there and poised back there, you'll be fine, and that just comes with reps. And I think, we do a good job in practice and getting a lot of punts up and getting a lot of reps at it. So when the game time comes, it's more so just being comfortable back there and, you know, trying to make a play.
Braden, who are some guys who you think are ready to maybe take on an expanded role with the,
Right. Well, I think, you know, Amari Huggins-Bruce, you know, which I'm sure you all guys know him. I think he's gonna get even more involved with DL. You know, Josh Johnson, Jalen Carter. You know, just a lot of guys that maybe you don't hear as much on the weekend. Just gonna have to step up. And, you know, even the guys that've been playing, we all just got to step up. You know, to fill that void of D not being there. And you know, I think we're all excited for the challenge, and I think we'll be able to do it.
What has it been like for you, Braden, just to be back on the field after what you went through last year and in the offseason?
It's awesome, you know, just to get back playing the game that, you know, we all love. And like I said, I've been away from the game for that long period of time. You know, you finally get back and you just you gain a different perspective about it. So I think my thing is just trying to be grateful, you know, for each week going out there, playing, coming out healthy. And so that's been my mindset, is just really grateful to be back.
As his roommate, can you help D a little bit now with what he's gonna have to go through?
Oh yeah, you know, we've already had multiple, you know, long conversations about it. And I think, you know, like I said, I definitely feel a lot of sympathy coming towards him, just because, like I said, it's the same game that I was injured in last year. You know, same team, around the same, you know, early in the season. So, you know, it's gonna be tough on him. But like I said, I just try to give him some insight of, you know, what I went through, and you know, let them know, man, hey, it's part of life, it's part of football, but, you know, stick to your rehab, stick to the script, and, you know, you'll be back just fine.
Braden, you mentioned the self-inflicted wound, but what do you, I guess, feel is the biggest struggle with offense right now and just not being able to score, and how do you feel like you guys can take a step in the right direction against South Florida this week?
Right. I think it's, like I said, just self-inflicted wounds, you know, whether it be, you know, turnovers, penalties, drop passes, you know, I think it's just on us. You know, I think, you know, Coach Taylor, Coach Satterfield done a tremendous job of scheming things up and putting us in situations to be successful. You know, now it's just on us to be successful. You know, we're the ones out there, so we got to make the plays. We got to cut out the self-inflicted wounds, and I think that's going to be our next challenge. And once we can get over that hump of you know, shooting ourselves in the foot, you know, I think you'll be able to see this team take off the rest of the season.
Yeah, Braden, on the self-inflicted wounds, maybe the pre-snap penalties in general, like, what do you think has gone into those? Is it guys just tightening up and losing the first sec, or what do you see in those?
Well, I think the majority of the time is, you know, probably just, you know, lack of focus, or, you know, whatever it may be. A lot of things can go into it, but, you know, whatever it may be, you know, you know, it can't happen, you know. And like I said, you know, when you're playing in this league with these great teams like this, you know, little things like that to get you beat. And I think, you know, we've seen some of that these first three games. And so, like I said, that's something that's just going to have to be a focal point for the rest of the season, is, you know, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot. And, you know, like I said, I believe we come out any game we play in, regardless of who we're playing, we can, you know, eliminate the self-inflicted wounds, you know, and put ourselves in position to win the majority of those games. So.
Anything else? Thanks, Brandon.
Thank you.